Sadly, the circumstances are making me consider selling this MG HS Essence top-of-the-range model that I've owned for about 4 months here in Sydney, Australia. And in this video, I will tell you the reasons why I'm considering to sell it. They are not all related just to the vehicle. Some of them are circumstantial, life kind of things. And I will also, most importantly, tell my subscribers, my supporters, my viewers, what I'm planning to do going forward with this channel, because it is still MG Owners Australia. So if you're interested in the future of the channel, as well as the specific particulars of the thinking process around me selling this car, please keep watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dimitri, this is MG Owners Australia. So, as you know, I'm a private owner of 2 MG cars, MG HS, this one I'm sitting in right now, and MG ZST, which is my wife's car, but I drive it about once a week, so it's our family cars, both of them, really. Unfortunately, some life circumstances have changed, and we need another big vehicle for the family needs, family purposes, basically. And we can't afford 3 vehicles in the family. That kind of is not, rational in many families, in majority of families, I would say. So the short end of the stick fell onto this car. It's more expensive, it's more resellable, I suppose. I mean, ZST is resellable, but this is more bells and whistles. I can get more money for it. And I'm considering to buy a people mover. So first of all, as far as straight away, what are the plans? Look, at the moment, it looks like I have not much choice but to A, get more seats for the family needs, and B, I'm probably going to look very, very closely at LDV people mover van G10. So this is my plan, and unless something dramatically changes, that's probably where it's going. And I will continue talking to you about MG ZST, hence the name of the channel remains for now MG Owners Australia, not just Chinese Car Owners Australia, which may be a renaming coming in the future, but at the moment it's just a tongue-in-cheek, semi-sad comment. And I will probably continue talking to you about LDV, because that looks like the most likely candidate for my next car to replace this one. Now, am I fully happy about it, about the fact that I have to change the cars right now? No, not really. I am trying to look at it positively, and I'm trying to look at the things that, if the circumstances are making me consider a much roomier car for the family needs, so that the parents are with us and stuff like that, then so be it. I would rather roll with the punches and go with this than turn it into a drama and somehow continue, feeling bad about it. Like, that's no point in that. I'm sure you would support me, hopefully, and I'm sure you would agree. So the show must go on, and the show will go on, especially for those of my people who have been with me all these 4 months of the channel existence, and the channel has grown tremendously. I have really a lot of respect for you, my friends, who have shown your support and interest in MG cars and generally this type of narrative. So please, if you want to show further support, it's always very much appreciated, and your likes really matter. And if you're not subscribed but would like to hear more from me, please subscribe, because you will continue hearing from me, just most likely not out of this office on wheels that I turned this into when I spoke to you and when I recorded these videos on the weekends. So what about now if we sort of change the viewpoint towards the decision making to sell a car like this? Let's say I was not mostly incentivized and pushed towards this decision by the circumstances that have changed in the family. Let's say it was for other reasons. Why would I, and would I really sell this car? Look, I have, especially for those of you who have watched my videos for a while now, I have complained about quite a few things about this car, but mostly the balance, it's all in the balance, yeah? To cut to the chase. It's all in the balance. The balance was in favor of keeping this car, in favor of mostly enjoying this car. So no, I probably would not have opted into selling it. I wouldn't have said, had enough of the electronic glitches, had enough of this and that, had enough of DCT. I probably wouldn't have. But in these particular circumstances, not to make myself feel sad that I'm sort of semi-forced into making this decision and selling the car and buying a people mover and that kind of stuff, I kind of try to capitalize on a few reasons that are well, a few things that are imperfect. They have been imperfect from day one, and I suppose that that's what I'm going to not lay the blame on, but I'm going to offset, so to speak, a little bit of a part of my decision making on. And in case you are still considering to buy this car, MG HS in Australia or something like that, perhaps other than just me sharing with you what my plans are specifically for the channel, maybe some of these sentiments will resonate with you and either make you buy the car or not buy the car. So perhaps there is some value in these comments for you. So quick recap. I have never come to peace with dual clutch transmission. That is probably my biggest beef with this car, if I had to pin the sale of the car onto any other reason. Some of it, a lot of it, would probably go to DCT, go to the DCT. Yes, my friends have recommended to me that I use the auto stop function, which I started using and talked to you about how to properly use dual clutch transmission if you've never used one before, like I never did before this car. Yes, it made the car use a little more manageable, a little more sort of, I can live with it. I can live with it, basically. I made peace with it in many ways. But making peace with something doesn't mean that you are happy with it. So I will not lie, I'm not happy with it. I have not become happy with it. Yes, it helps. This auto hold function, this pressing A here next to the parking and letting it do it automatically for you so that you don't roll back and all that kind of stuff. I am okay with it, but I'm not happy about it. I'm also not entirely happy about the DCT continuing to do those knocking sounds as it takes off, as it slows down. I'm still not super comfortable with how it comes together. Is it critical enough for me to sell if that was the only reason? Like I said, no, of course not. But is it one of those things that I will try and look at and say, look, at least I don't have to deal with DCT anymore? Yes, I'll be honest with you. Yes, that would be one of the reasons for me to add to that opposite side of these virtual scales we're talking about here, where we talk about this balance of things. Another thing, unsurprisingly for you, my friends, especially those who have watched my videos for a while, it remains electronics. It remains electronics. It is not about the dashboard. It is not about that, because I think those glitches, at least temporarily, at least so far, since my last report to you, they have been resolved by simply putting the keys, putting the fob into the reader pocket here, into the front coffee cup holder, where apparently the reader for this fob signal is, and the closer it gets to the reader, the fewer problems there are. I haven't had any more for the past 3 weeks, whatever it was, since the time that I reported the previous issue and glitches to you, my friends. However, infotainment system remains slow, built-in maps are still rubbish, and those kind of things I am still not a massive fan of. Something smaller, but we will add it to the pile here, that hasn't been mentioned before. Bluetooth. If you connect your phone with Bluetooth, it somehow, sometimes, occasionally chooses to disconnect. I do not know why. It was connected, podcasts were playing, phone calls were taken, and then another sunny morning I just turn on the car and the Bluetooth is disconnected. There is a annoying static kind of sound coming through the speakers. Because the car is not smart enough to not turn on the radio or whatever was connected to it before. When you turned it off, it always connects, it always turns it on when you start the engine. So when Bluetooth gets disconnected, you are sometimes blasted with this noise of and Bluetooth disconnected again, and you're like, whoa, just calm down, mate, calm down. Aside from that, my friends, if you're still considering a good, luxurious car for your money within your price category, because however much I think the prices have increased a tiny bit on MG top of the range models in 2022 since the moment when I bought this in 2021. I think they actually increased a bit. But if you bought this MG HS Essence, leather trim, sunroof, everything, every bell and whistle that they can throw at you, if you bought it for the price range that it would be within, which would be 38,000 Australian dollars, whatever is in your currency the equivalent, I'd still say that it is value for money. Electronics will probably be updated. I know that my people in UK said that they already had updates to their electronics infotainment systems. We haven't had yet in Australia here because we are a backwater planet over here. So I think that kind of stuff will improve. As far as mechanicals, other than the car not starting because it couldn't read the fob, or at least that's the working theory that I still maintain. Other than that, I haven't had any issues. Fingers crossed, but it looks like I'm selling this car, sadly, soon anyway. So here is my hope, my friends. So this is it potentially for this car, for MG HS. I again remind you that I still have MG ZST in the family, which, to maintain the brand of this channel, I will continue talking to you about, because that is the only MG car we have left. But I hope that you wouldn't mind if I diversified and if I started talking to you about the LDV van, because, you know, first of all, I need to address those family needs, which is why I'm exchanging the cars. But at the same time, I'm going to also try to get something from that exchange for me personally. And what is that? If you watched so long into the video, you get rewarded by slightly peek behind the veil, a little bit of a preview for you of the content that's potentially this is going to evolve into. I am thinking that if everything goes according to plan, if I get a people mover, whether it's LDV or something else, LDV is very likely, I will look into van conversions, no build van conversions for urban and kind of very, very easy kind of camping purposes. Because I think that in our times of post-COVID, whatever, restricted international travel, restricted holidays, I think this becomes more and more of an actual kind of use case that would be not bad to be able to address if we are into it. You know, not everyone is into it, but I have never done it before. But what better time than potential acquisition of a people mover that could be temporarily, not permanently, converted into nice little space for little urban camping or whatever. So that is something that, as a topic, that I would like to explore. And especially if there is interest in my community, please give me a like again. Your comments are always welcome. Your thoughts are always welcome. Speak to you soon. I'll keep you updated as always once a week. And bye for now.